escape prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as look at the shields on the mark.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take this.
Welcome once again, folks. This is Cat's Pajamas.
And this is Spain User.
And we are back for another Losers Round 1 match here out of the IPL Season 2. This is Millennium's DieStar versus Complexity Drewbie. DieStar spawning as our purple Terran here in the top right-hand corner of Taldrim Alter. His opponent, Drewbie, who had some very hard-fought games against Idra in Round 1, is spawning as our green Terran down here in the bottom left.
Yep. Another TVT for you guys. There are so many Terrans in this tournament. I believe, what was it? We had 16?
16, half the pool.
Half the pool, Terran players. And, you know, that doesn't bode well for us Terran players. Everybody's going to be QQing. There's going to be so much concern over that. But I don't think such a small selection is really indicative of anything balance related. But people always perceive things that way. So there will be a lot of talk about that. But I wouldn't worry about it, guys. I just think it's one of those chance occurrences.
It is. You know, we opened up our player pool to the EU ladder as well, and there's a lot of really strong EU Terran players at the moment. We've been really high on Straylock and Braddock. DieStar's playing right now. Tarson's in the tournament as well. So there are some extremely talented European Terran players.
Yep, there always have been. Actually kind of surprised that Cass didn't qualify.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I'm kind of curious to see what both these players bring out in this match now. We're cross positions on Taldrim. This is TVT. There's a lot of wide open space in the middle. So I don't know if this is going to turn into some sort of a timing attack. We do have cross positions, which means neither player has any better access here at the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so important in TVT2, a matchup that revolves so heavily around siege tanks. You know, obviously those positional advantages, especially on a map like Taldrim, are so important. But with diagonal cross spawn on this map, you're going to be looking at a majority of the damage being done through drops, you know, possible blue flame Hellions, but marine drops are just so effective, especially with this much distance between the bases. It's so hard to prepare for a marine drop properly, and if one just sneaks in and they manage to get a stem off and get into your mineral line, it just wrecks all kinds of havoc. So both players are probably going to prepare heavily for drops and just really get their infrastructure going. I think that's the best way to play a TVT given these positions. You just need to be very meticulous.
And it looks like DieStar is setting up for that. He does have a spotted supply depot down here at the bottom. We do also have a Reaper coming out now, so a Reaper expand opening for DieStar, whereas Drewbie opted for that fast expand, and this SCV does get cleared off. Let's take a look at his vision. We didn't actually see the command center. I'm not sure where those Marines caught it, so he may or may not be aware of the presence of that command center, and I think he did get it in scout before saw no gas, so no gas fast expand coming out for Drewbie.
Yep, and we have command centers down for both players right now. It's going to be a Reaper expand, and is he going to go with 2 Reapers or just the single Reaper? We have that first Reaper popping out. He may, okay, yeah, so he just went with a Marine, followed up with that Reaper, going to try and get in there and scout. He will clear out the Zelnaga towers ahead of time, and we do have Drewbie going up to 4 racks immediately here, so he's going with that heavy Marine style. We've seen players actually shy away from this recently in lieu of quicker gases and quicker tech, like a 3 racks, you know, the 1 racks gasless fast expand into 3 racks, but with much quicker refineries, and then that allows them to tech up, get medevacs much quicker. You'll get a quicker stim, quicker combat shields. You can also start your infantry weapons faster. So Drewbie going with that kind of older, tried and true 4 racks, just heavy Marine production style, and he's going to probably do some pressure here once he hits that sweet spot of about 20 Marines early on in the game, where you can actually achieve quite a bit of damage if you can sneak in there. Now, what DieStar needs is a bunker to deflect this, and he needs to keep that Reaper alive.
And it looks like he's setting up for heavy tech here. Nothing coming out of this Tech Lab factory, so this is going to be a switch onto the starport. And this is kind of interesting because this is going to set itself up well for Drewbie to do that attack you were talking about. DieStar's really not going to have a lot to defend with. He does have a few Marines out. He's obviously going to be going to a Banshee here in just a second. There we go. There's Cloak and there's a Banshee. And he's going to have to rely on that to do all the defense because Drewbie is going to move out with a huge attack here soon.
Yeah, he is, and that's what I was talking about. He's waiting for that magic number, and there we go. It looks like Drewbie has decided that he has enough. Now, will he go to the right and get in vision of the Xel'Naga Tower? Let's check DieStar's vision. Okay, so he does know that this is coming. He will have a little bit of time to prepare. Look to see him drop a few bunkers immediately here. We do have one going down right now. Is it going to be in time? Drewbie looks to be just heading straight over there. He's not stopping. He's not detouring for anything, and that bunker could be a little bit out of position, possibly too far to the left-hand side. Drewbie might be able to sneak in on the right-hand side of the natural and possibly get into the main here and do a ton of damage. This is going to be real close.
Oh, no, I don't think he's going to have this up at all. All these Marines are going to die before they ever get a chance to jump into the bunker, and it looks like he may even take out the Banshee.
Oh, my goodness.
Cloak is not done yet. DieStar trying to produce as much as he can, and we may have a very, very quick game one.
I hate to say I told you so, DieStar, but, you know, he should have known what was happening there. He didn't utilize his Reaper to scout, and now he is going to lose his orbital command at the natural. This could be curtains already this early on in the game. I don't know if he can recover from losing this orbital, and it will go down to this squad of Marines. He may not be able to end the game here, but Drewbie has inflicted a blow. And now combat shield finishing, and DieStar immediately leaves the game.
Wow. Indeed. Drewbie with a convincing game number one. Really, because DieStar, I mean, it wasn't that DieStar did anything wrong as far as his approach. He just didn't have any units out to defend, and Drewbie just overran him.
Well, I think that with the bunker, he could have potentially held that. I think holding that with the bunker would have been a possibility for certain. And mass repair, he probably would have lost several SCVs, you know, maybe 5, 6, but he would have been down on Econ, but he still would have had the tech advantage. He would have had the Banshee with Cloak. He could have gone in there and done some damage to Drewbie and possibly recovered that. So I think he's just too late on the bunker. The timing right there worked out perfectly for Drewbie. He was able to sneak in and kill all the Marines before the bunker even went up. So
yeah, absolutely. So there he goes. Game number one to Drewbie right away. A map that can lend itself to very long matches. We'll see what DieStar picks here in just a second. Game number two coming right up.